Tressbuzz here. Thanks for joining me and thanks for visiting Tressbuzz.com. Today I wanted to talk about something that I really love to do. It's really helped me in my hair journey, especially being relaxed. A lot of the things that you can do as far as adding back moisture into the hair are really great. Now, one of the things that I like to do to add moisture back into the hair is what I call an oil pre-poo. A pre-poo is simply a treatment that you do prior to clarifying or prior to shampooing. I like to do basically a deep conditioning with oil prior to my weekly shampoo. So this is something that I do once a week. Now you can use straight oil, that's fine, it works really well. But one of the things I like to do occasionally is to go ahead and add some really great herbs and other items that help to make the pre-poo supercharged. A lot of people don't know about oxidation. Oxidation is basically the aging of our systems due to free radicals in our environment. We're constantly being under the onslaught of free radicals. So antioxidants are one of the ways that you can combat that. Now, you can combat it by having a really healthy diet, which is amazing. It's the best way to go. But you can also combat it topically or externally, and that's what this particular recipe will help to do. For this recipe, you're going to need an oil of your choice. It doesn't matter what oil you choose. You don't need to be picky about it. Just a simple straight oil that you can get at the grocery store of any variety is fine. Some herbs, and the herbs I like to use for my antioxidant mix are very specific because many herbs are off the charts as far as having antioxidants, and it only takes a tiny amount of certain herbs to get high levels of antioxidant power. Two of my favorites are allspice berry. There's some allspice berries and rosemary. In fact, I just went out to my yard and plucked this. You can use dried herbs from the grocery store. The dried herbs don't have the same antioxidative power that the fresh herbs do. Get fresh herbs at the grocery store if you need to buy fresh herbs. Now, with regard to the allspice berries, allspice is a powerhouse of antioxidants, so it only takes a few. You can buy the berries in a little jar. You will need to sort of break them up so they can begin releasing their properties into the oil. The other thing I like to add to this one is tea tree oil. It also has antioxidant powers, and it is amazing as far as your scalp, anything to do with, dandruff, scalp issues, itchy scalp, those sorts of things. I actually don't suffer from any of that, but it is so good for your scalp that I do put a couple of drops in there. Scalp issues of any kind, you just need to be on the tea tree oil bandwagon. Rosemary also has amazing properties for your scalp. Both of those herbs, including allspice, have antimicrobial properties, which keeps the scalp clean. It keeps away, the little microscopic buggies that cause us a lot of the different problems with regard to our scalp. So those are some really great features to those herbs as well. Today I'm going to be working with just hemp oil, but you don't need hemp oil. As I said, you can use any oil from the grocery store. You're going to want a cutting board, a knife, a little funnel, a jar that has a pourable sort of neck so that you can easily dispense the oil. As far as the allspice berries, breaking those up, you actually can break them up in a spice grinder, but if you don't have a spice grinder, you just take the berries and put them in a Ziploc baggie, cover that with a hand towel and just pound them with a mallet, a hammer, anything. Anything will break them up. They're not really that strong. Also are going to need a strainer. If you don't have a fine mesh strainer, such as this, you're going to want to get something like a nylon or a sock that you can use for this purpose. Let's go ahead and get started. So what you want to do is go ahead and strip the rosemary leaves from the stem. You want to have 2 to 3 stems worth. And go ahead and rough chop these to get them started bruising and releasing their antioxidants. You want to end up with a rough chop, just so it starts releasing the oils, the essential oils and antioxidants. Next, you want to go ahead and take your allspice berries. You're going to put those in a Ziploc baggie. Fold it over. Cover that with a towel. And with a hammer or a mallet, a cooking mallet, or even, a shoe, just go ahead and break those up. Opening that outer shell. You will also need a bowl. Take your allspice berries and release those into the bowl, and you'll see how amazing this will smell when you're done. You're going to have the best smelling hair in the history of mankind. Release all of that into the bowl, and then go ahead and place your rosemary into the bowl. Give your mix a little stir just to get it releasing. Then you're going to take about 1.5 cups to 2 cups of your oil. As I said, I'm using hemp oil. You don't have to use hemp oil at all. You can use whatever oil you choose. And just pour it directly over the herbs. Give that a little stir to mix it up. You're going to simply then cover this with saran wrap and store it in the refrigerator for 1 week. After 1 week, you're going to go ahead and get your oil mixture. You need a bottle to store the finished product in, and you'll need a funnel to funnel. You will need a fine mesh strainer such as this. However, if you don't have a fine mesh strainer, you can simply use a nylon or a sock that's nylon texture, so that it will act as a strainer for you. You're simply going to strain your mixture off into the bowl, into your container for storage. after it has sat for a week, it will have released all the antioxidant properties into the oil. So you'll basically have an oil product that you can then use for your antioxidant oil treatment pre-poo. Now once that's strained off, go ahead and add a couple of drops of tea tree oil and shake to mix. You must store this in the refrigerator for it to maintain its efficacy. If you're using it right away, obviously you wouldn't need to store it. So now that you've got that recipe, I'm going to give you ladies a week or two to go ahead and make your antioxidant oil blend for your pre-poo, and then I'm going to come back and do a tutorial showing you exactly how I use that antioxidant oil blend as a pre-poo, a pre-shampoo treatment prior to clarifying each week. I hope you're able to join me for that video. Once again, I wanted to thank you for joining me today, and thanks for visiting Tressbuzz.com. I really appreciate it. Take care now.